Yesterday, England was in a gift-giving mood. This morning, England was in a gift-giving mood. Yes, of course, fantastic bowling. We will cover this, the bowling from India. Fantastic bowling by them, but poor choices by England. And then, of course, came Mr. Jamie Smith, now the highest score by an English wicket taker alongside Harry Brook, and sort of gave England a bit of hope. You know, if you're an English supporter, you thought to yourself, is this the fight back? Can we at least go for a draw? Maybe even a win. It's the Bazball way, but then here we go. New ball. India gets it, and India absolutely take England apart for the second time in that innings. What a day of Test cricket. This is my review of day 3. Let's just start off, I think, with the obvious. You know, I only believe in Jassi Bai. I only believe in Jassi Bai. Well, Siraj, I think it's time to believe in yourself, because the biggest thing for me with Siraj, all of these years, if he has one mistake, yes, people can talk about accuracy, lines and length, he's expensive. For me, his biggest and only fault is the fact that sometimes he just tries too hard. When he's like this, okay, actually, it's understandable. You know, we need to have a bit of perspective here. If your partner is Jasprit Bumrah, the best in the world, naturally there's going to be this, I don't know, intention of yours to kind of try and live up to expectations. You're walking in the shadow the size of a stadium when it comes to boom boom. So naturally, yes, you're going to try too hard. But for me, when he is like this, I'm not saying there's no pressure. There's obviously a hell of a lot of pressure. But when he's like this, sort of calm, sort of focused, you know, he's just going through the motions as a fast bowler. You know, they're getting the basics right, doing the simple things, hitting those lines and lengths, breathing, you know, not feeling as though he needs to compete, right? Because Bumrah's not there this time. Then he is absolutely phenomenal. So if Bumrah comes, not if, God, India, you're going to destroy me. When Bumrah comes back, I just feel like this is the kind of mindset that he needs to have. He needs to just focus on what it is that he does best. Focus on your game. That's the only thing you can do, because trying to compare yourself to Bumrah is just, it's a lose-lose situation. Akashdeep as well. Geez, guys, some jaffers. I thought Siraj's ball, you know, guys, this is on a flat pitch. The difference for me between India and England have been how they've used the new ball, how they've embraced the new ball, how they've absolutely realized and known that those first 10 overs, whether it's the first new ball or the second new ball, just how they've used it and how they've honed in on a line and a length. I mean, just how those balls nipped in. I thought the Harry Brook wicket was insane. And then for me, one of the balls of the tournament was actually the Ben Stokes wicket, which, yeah, I still can't get, that was amazing how much bounce Siraj got from that. So it's just, that's been the difference for me in this match. I think probably also how Shubman Gill, also how Jaiswal, Karoliina as well needs a little bit of he needs a little bit of compliments here and there as well, because how they dealt with the new ball, I think, was very important. Sorry, I'm like breaking up wins here and I can't stop now. This is a one-take video, this. So I thought how they navigated the new ball and just waited for that ball to get soft is also a big difference. But just how, you know, this attack of India, it's an inexperienced attack, and how they've been able to use the conditions, how they've been able to use the new ball, you know, get more movement than England as well, has been one of the main differences. So I think for England, Jofra Archer needs to stop being, you know, the guy who's carrying on the drinks. He needs to get into this 11 soon enough. For England, this might still end up being some sort of, this could still end up in a draw. The other thing that I thought about India, and people are still going to argue with me about this, but I just thought that if India sent in England an hour and a half, day 4, Headingley, England would have played the way that they played the first innings here, right? Because they had to go in for an hour and a half. They're not going to stand there and block. That's just not the Bazball way. But they only sent them in for 20, 25 minutes. For 20, 25 minutes, you know, it's Bumrah. You can give him some respect. I just thought that was a big moment for me in Headingley. So Shubman Gill might be facing the same sort of dilemma, if we can call it that, in this match. I want it to be a little bit more brave and a little bit more proactive. I think the bowlers have proved that they know how to bowl on this pitch. And a bit of mystery of Kuldeep Yadav. Would that be the right kind of mayhem that India would want on the final day, right? Because there is going to be a little bit of weather. And I think, look, Atherton, or I don't know if it was Nasser Hussain, but one of them said that it's a dry pitch. There's no way in hell that this thing is not going to turn. Still nothing, guys. Still absolutely nothing. Also, Headingley, you know, the rough patches, it came into play there. But yeah, I just can't see England. I'm just wondering, are they going to go for a draw? Because that might be one of the biggest questions in this match, is that India are very much in a position now to take it completely away from England. But what's England going to do? Are you going to get your stalwarts like a Joe Root, like a Harry Brook again, although he was cramping today? Jamie Smith was absolutely phenomenal. Such a talented player. Harry Brook was also amazing. They've done it in New Zealand. They're doing it here again now. But are they going to then play for the draw? Because I don't think England can win this match anymore. God, this is Test cricket. Anything can happen. But it's going to be interesting then. And so then, you know, if you have teams, especially England, no offense, England, I feel like my country would probably be in the same sort of predicament. But if you have to then block out a match and you're facing a Kuldeep Yadav, I would have loved to see that battle, but we're not going to. But a great day of Test cricket. India just dominating in bowling and batting. So if England can somehow get a draw out of this, I mean, for them it would be a win. India simply cannot lose this match. They need to also take into account weather that might be coming, because I also felt like maybe that's something they didn't really do in the previous Test match. You need to strategically, really, you need to time everything to perfection. And really, India, you cannot let this one slip. You just cannot. It has to be 1-1 going to Lords. What were your thoughts?